Sorry, still getting started. Okay. Uh-oh. Got a text message. See if it's anything important. Okay. Yeah, I just need just a text message from a family member. Sorry, I'm still getting started, so let's get to my channel. Alright. Don't worry, I'll get here eventually. Okay. Let me get... Oh, no. Okay, okay, sorry. Okay, I think I'm about to get... I think I'm good to go, maybe. So, hello everyone, it's me, Varya the Brooding Ghost. Thank you for coming to my stream today. I know it's been a week since I last streamed, but, you know, I just needed a little bit of a break. Honestly, I might be generally taking things a bit easy this month. You know, I'm tagging along on a little trip this weekend with my mother and grandmother, so we'll be going to the shores on one of the Great Lakes, so that's pretty fun. I'm not gonna specifically say where we're going, of course, but, you know, just that, and I think I might just, like, take some time to kind of observe some art, kind of consume art and all that. By the way, this is what I'm planning on drawing today, so yeah, I'm taking it easy today. I got this general sketch of a like flamingo harpy man, so the proportions here are definitely like a lot more exaggerated than I initially anticipated. So this was the original gesture sketch. Admittedly, I think that one looks better than how it actually came out in the end, but no, it's not terrible. I might do some little adjustments. I didn't do a ton of drawing this morning because I had to go outside. Gasp, I know. Yeah, I needed some more garden tone, so... Because I was originally going to get it after work. When I was like leaving work at my own place, because we have a variety of things at the place I work at. It's one of those big box stores, but it didn't have the exact thing I needed, so I figured that I needed to go out. Okay, let me rename this layer real quick. So this is final sketch. But right now I'm going to work on his eyes, so. Okay. Yeah, just kind of. But yeah, I had to go out earlier this morning for some garden tone, and I ended up getting a really big bag of it. Because I figured it'd last a bit longer. Yeah, I have like so many vegetables right now. I figured I may as well. For some of them I need to like just get on and harvest them, so yeah, my garden's just still chaos, so yeah. I'm gonna have to work on it later today. But like, I'm not 100% on my current sketch right here, but honestly I don't think this is going to be the final design in general, so you know, I was just very in the... So, garden aside, I was just very much in the mood to work on a new character. You know, in a little bit of a mood for a harpy man. Because I don't really have a ton of, like, winged characters or anything like that. I do have that one character, Saranza, but he's not, like, a true harpy. It just kind of turns into one every month, so... An actual proper bird man would be... I figured I'd want to make one. But yeah, so I'm not necessarily 100% on the sketch, but I do just need the concept art to be done. I know I'm not the best about working on my OCs, but, you know, I thought this guy would be fun. You know, the original concept that I had in my head yesterday morning, because, you know, I just was thinking about this character just yesterday. Obviously, that's when I was drawing all the art and stuff. But that's when I started working on the concepts. The original idea that I had envisioned was actually more like modern. So, but yeah, I was just kind of a guy in a black black turtleneck. So, I wanted to try and do something a little more interesting. So I went for a general, oh my god, sorry. Went for a generalish medieval, kind of not medieval. Like, I don't want to, like, take inspiration from any, like, specific era, but I did, but, you know, just general historical fantasy look. Honestly, I took a little bit of inspiration from Southern Europe, so maybe just like Italy, basically. Just looked at some traditional costumes from medieval Italy. It's not like specifically meant to be Italian though, but honestly, the reason why is just it seems like there's some flamingos that live in Italy, so I thought it'd be kind of fitting. So, yeah, he's kind of meant to. This guy here. He's actually meant to be based off a greater flamingo. So there's actually like 6 different flamingo species out there. So, yeah, while I was doing my concept art for this dude, I was actually trying to listen in on some flamingo fact videos. So it's a little bit frustrating finding flamingo fact videos these days, but sometimes at least. Just because a lot of them are like very basic information. But also, hello, Red. Nice to see you here. I'm sure you saw my artwork last night or today, but yeah, this is just the general sketch I have going. It's not necessarily anything amazing right now, but you know, I just wanted to get a full body of this dude down. But yeah, I'm glad you saw it there. I actually didn't realize that you changed your username on Blue Sky, so there's actually I know a lot on flamingos if you have any questions. Alright, thank you. Yeah, this dude isn't necessarily meant to be like super hardcore based on flamingo facts, but you know, it was kind of. I wanted to watch flamingo videos just because it's kind of fitting. But yeah, I just wanted to do this full body right here, so. I'm still trying to figure out his sorry, my voice cracked. I'm still trying to like get a general idea on his shape and all that, of course, because but admittedly this like I'm not very good about like drawing the head being turned up, so I think that I actually kind of struggled with that specific aspect. But yeah, I'm still just trying to figuring out how to draw this general character, so I do have some more concept art, so let me just share that real quick. Actually, I'm just taking a peek at got a Discord message. Okay, it's just a stream alert. Sorry about that. Okay, let me open up I do have some more concept art and stuff. So let me open this. Yeah, this is like actual concept art right here. Just kind of a very basic design. Sorry, I keep opening the wrong thing. And yeah, you saw this one. So just a quick headshot. And so it's more of a toned down personality for this guy. And then another headshot. It looks like he went through a fight or something. He did not go through a fight. I feel like I didn't do a great job at depicting this, but if you know a certain fact about flamingos, you probably can guess what this is actually, but okay, sorry about that. So yeah. But yeah, this guy, oh, that's a warm-up doodle, sorry, okay. And I do that a lot when making characters, especially with the crow harpy I'm doing. Adding traits like kleptomania and cleverness, I see. Oh, and the pink and black looks good, thank you. Feasting on krill. I guess you could say that. It's not really the feasting though. supposed to be a crop milk, so I don't know. It's thought it'd be funny. I don't know. It's just kind of gross out though. Sorry about that. Of course, this guy does eat a lot of seafood, so yeah, similar to pigeons. Yeah. You know, gotta feed the little baby. So, you know, right here. I tried drawing his baby too, but I'm not very good at drawing little kids, so I kind of gave up pretty quickly. Yeah, they make quote-unquote milk in their throat pouch. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it definitely helps with the single dad thing, though, so... But yeah, I don't have this guy's, like, backstory, completely solidified, so... I was thinking that he's, like, a little more... That he's a little bit more on his own, so he... Like, I was thinking, like, he originally, like, moved to a bigger city on the seaside with his, wife at the time, but... She passed away kind of recently, and then... So he's kind of, like, stuck raising the kid on his own. So... But yeah, I was mentioning a bit earlier that the original concept that I had in my mind when drawing this character was actually a little more modern, but I usually prefer working with more of the general fantasy look. So it's interesting to think about harpy parents when it comes to raising kids. So either parent could raise their babies, yeah. Unless you're like, yeah, that's technically true. Of course, it might be a little bit harder if you're like going the more mammalian, if you take more mammalian inspiration. But no, I think a lot of people like to take more bird inspiration because I guess birds are like really interesting. But you know, it depends. But yeah, it's definitely true. Of course, it partially depends on what birds you're taking inspiration from. Oh my god, sorry. Hit the wrong button right there. But yeah. I was generally kind of thinking about that, honestly. So, I think like last Sunday was actually where I was like thinking about that actually. So, I actually think about the African Chakana a lot because they're kind of... I think they're interesting as well, but I wasn't really going to make a Jacana OC because of them. I'm not sure how to deal with their giant feet, but I don't know if you like saw that picture a while back of like the bird with like all the legs sticking out of it. I think most people would just think that's AI now, but I remember back in the day people were kind of freaking out about that because of how weird the legs looked. But yeah, that's actually a Jacana dad carrying his little babies. So that's why there's so many legs popping out. But yeah, people thought it was like an eldritch creature. Oh yeah, they keep their babies in their wings. Yep. I wonder how penguin harpy would work. Yeah, me too. Yep, me too. Did you know that penguins actually have like really long legs, but most of it's tucked into their body? Like they're kind of like permanently in the crouching position. I kind of learned that a little while back, and it's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, the reason why they have like why their legs are kind of like this, so they can have more veins running through their body. Yeah, they're wildly shaped. Yep. I know that owls look kind of crazy, but I don't know. Not as crazy as a penguin though. So okay, sorry. I'll get back to work. Yeah. Yeah, like the fact that they look like aliens underneath their feathers. I was definitely like a big fan of owls back in the day though, so I'll be honest. I'm not sure what my favorite bird would technically be now, but You know, I have a soft spot for birds like hummingbirds and kestrels, so. But yeah, I think I generally just like hearing about bird facts, so. Okay, I'm just gonna sketch up the kid real quick. Oh yeah, it's actually, I was thinking too, because I actually had this, like a similar character concept to what I'm doing here back in the day, and I was kind of thinking about that earlier too, but instead of a flamingo, it's actually a swan dad, so. Yeah, I was basically thinking about like what a swan parent would be like, probably just like really aggressive and like super duper intimidating. Owls are, yeah, I like swans and herons, yeah. Yeah, swans are really cool. But yeah, like a really beefed up, but elegant looking dude. Yeah, yelling at anyone who gets close to his kid. Sorry, I'm being a little bit quiet. Like, I was kind of thinking about, like this character could probably be, like, living in a complex with a lot of, other single-parent harpies, so probably more like other single dads or something. So maybe maybe he kind of meets up with some, other harpies like him. I don't know, yeah, I'm still not entirely sure what his, story is going to be, but yeah. Swans are kind of scary. There was a reported case of a territorial male drowning a man while he was kayaking. Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen videos of like swans chasing people on boats, so yeah, I know that can be kind of scary. Yeah. I don't think I was ever had to be chased around by a bird though. Sorry, I'm kind of focusing on the shapes right here, but yeah, I was just kind of thinking about like geese too. But I know geese are nowhere near as dangerous as swans are, but I was just remembering like how the geese that kind of live around my workplace, because there was a geese family that actually like was walking across the road one time. And I had to be kind of careful of that. I was chased by geese. Oh wow. Yeah, I imagine that it's still kind of freaky for a lot of people. But yeah, I don't remember ever actually getting chased by geese. Probably because I was like warned when I was still pretty young, so I knew to be like avoidant and stuff. Also, I just don't really actually live around any geese, so yeah, I don't live near any like ponds, or at least any open ponds, at least. Never by a swan though. I had a close bond with a family of swans because I fed them. I see. That's cool. Do you visit like parks a lot then? If you like manage to build us, or at least near a pond, I should say. If you were able to like build a bond. I actually live like really close to a park, but it's very forested, so I never really saw many birds around here. I mean, I'm sure the birds were around. They're just kind of deeper in. I used to live on the water growing up. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I see then. Yeah, it's probably pretty fun. But yeah, I live closer to a forest, but I don't really go back there too often because I get kind of scared when I'm back there. So I don't know, it just gets kind of creepy for some reason. But yeah, I think I'm probably just a scaredy cat. But I did used to like go kind of a little bit deep in there for a little bit because like during the winter time, because I used to be kind of swampy back there. It's not really swampy anymore, but there was like a lot of patches of little like really tiny ponds, or puddles I should say. I appropriately named them Prince and Diana. I see, that's cool. Yeah, so did you interact with a lot of other birds as well? I know I used to see ducks at ponds, but not near me. But yeah, I think generally the main bird I saw were ducks. Actually, I used to visit a different... When I was a kid, we used to visit a different nature center, because there's actually a nature center too, but I actually remember seeing a lot of like turtles there, so yeah, I'm sure there were a bunch of ducks as well, but yeah, sometimes I think about visiting again, but it's just been a while. Okay. Yeah, ducks and the occasional heron. I see. Yeah, it's cool. Oh yeah, I don't know if you saw the photo or not, but I did see like a giant moth at work on Sunday, so yeah, I managed to take a picture of it and kind of post it on Blue Sky, so yeah, it was kind of cool. Yeah, the one part that I missed about my old position at my workplace is just seeing the animals, because I moved inside, so obviously there's not as many critters to see. I don't know, sometimes I see like fireflies that get in, or moths, but like not the cool insects. Nowadays all I see are crows and chickadees. I see. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so kind of feel a little bit similar with my own backyard, but I've seen a lot of these like little blackbirds around. They're not crows, but I think they might, I'm not entirely sure what species they are, but I think they could be grackles or something. But like those smallish blackbirds. I don't know, there used to be a lot more robins, but I don't know if it's just the season or if I'm not really being as observant as I probably should be. But yeah. Cowbirds, possibly. Yeah, maybe. Yep. I used to see a lot of praying mantises at my workplace, but they're not as common as they were in previous years. But yeah, it's about that time of year when they start coming out, so maybe I can spot one if I'm lucky. But yeah, they were kind of a little bit of a exciting thing to see. Previous years. I've also seen some other giant moths, but giant moths aren't quite as common as other animals. Oh yeah, and there were like a ton of dragonflies that kind of fluttered around too. Praying mantises are cool. I mainly see butterflies and damselflies. I see. Yeah, I'm talking about like at my work. Sorry. Actually, I already said probably already mentioned that. I was just meeting my workplace, so I actually see more butterflies around my yard, so yeah. Yeah, I think I saw, sorry, yeah, I think I saw one yesterday, or earlier this weekend. Actually, it was probably the weekend. Yeah, I was just kind of remembering a video of, that I might have seen of some otters chasing a butterfly, so, and then, thought I saw that, I, for some reason, misremembered that as seeing it IRL. Oh yeah, by the way, I should I might be able to, I might be going to the zoo sometime later this month, so kind of excited about that. Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more fun things this month than last month, so hopefully I'll be able to kind of mentally rest up a bit. I also got this weekend off from work because I like desperately needed a mental health break, but yeah. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. You know, maybe I'll be able to see some flamingos there once you know, once I'm able to. You know, since we were thinking about flamingos. Also, I feel a little bit silly. Yes, I felt a little bit silly yesterday because, you know, I kind of like assumed that the guessing game for the bird would be easy, even though, you know, it's like immediately after posting that, I looked up at how many actual like pink birds existed because I didn't realize. For some reason, I thought like flamingos were one of the only pink birds that were around, but yeah, it's like I realized I should probably look that up because there's no way that flamingos are the only pink birds out there. I don't know. Around here, we don't really have pink birds, so yeah, and I ended up looking up our article that said how many pink birds there are in Michigan, because that's where I live, and all the birds that were on the list there, that I mean, they weren't really they weren't like pink, more like a light red or a mourning dove. Like mourning doves I don't really consider to be pink birds, but yeah, that's probably why I didn't realize that that's why I didn't realize there were more pink birds out there, just because I wasn't familiar with them. There's a few. I think I look into bird species a lot. Yeah. Yeah, like you mentioned those like little cockatoos yesterday. It's like, oh yeah, those exist. I mean, you got bluebirds with peachy belly and finches. Yeah, it's like, that's true, but I don't know. I mean, like pink birds. So, you know, like a flamingo pink. I mean, yeah. You know, our beloved yard decoration. Sorry, I'm just being... I don't know why, but I feel like the one bird that keeps coming to my brain is just cardinals. So, not necessarily for like pink birds, but just like brightly colored birds. So, yeah, good old cardinal. Okay. I feel like I'm moving kind of slowly. Sorry. Yeah, I thought I'd take it a bit easier today because I'm still feeling a little bit tired. Honestly, I've been kind of just wanting to kind of observe and consume some more art. Maybe like stop and think about what I want to do. But yeah, I still need to like get on to work and all that. I love brightly colored birds. Yeah, they can be really pretty. I think the brightest I came across is a golden finches and blue jays. Oh yeah, those guys can look really stunning. I almost forgot about the blue jay. Which is kind of funny, because I actually found blue jay feathers sometimes in my yard, so. But yeah, blue jays are super pretty. I think a blue jay harpy would look really cool too. Do you ever like watch any like those bird watching videos at all? Or sometimes I come into the, also there's an ad break coming, by the way, so. Red-winged blackbird. I might be. Sorry, I just yeah, I've probably seen one around that's don't think I'm like necessarily that. Okay, there's the ad break. So, sorry about that. I'll get back to that when we when the ads go away. Okay. I do sometimes, or I'll watch wildlife cams. I see. Okay. Yeah, I think Red is stuck behind the ad hell, so getting ads. Yeah, sorry about that. Let's say. Actually, hold on. Here's brush. Yeah, I'll get the. We'll resume the topic once we the break ends. Okay. Okay. Alright. Oh, each with a hinge. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's okay. Also, hello, Scott. Don't know if you're stuck behind the wall or not, but okay. I'll just wait till the break ends, so it's okay. Yeah, okay. Ad hell. We must all suffer out of hell. Even, I guess not necessarily myself. Okay. Okay, let's just get the boob window. Okay, so. Ad for some Switch game? Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Hopefully not get stuck behind the... Okay, looks like the ad break is done, so hopefully you guys are back. Sorry about that. Hello to Scott. And yep, here's Flamingo Dad, so... Yay, you're back. Yep, hello everyone. I'm getting a lot of UK Central ads, so I see. Also, we were talking about bird watching a little bit, or just birds in general, because, you know, since we're doing, where I'm doing a flamingo harpy at the moment. But yeah, so, hope your day is going well, and thank you for showing up, and also, yeah, I see. Okay, sorry. Yeah, things got a little chaotic. And I do sometimes where I'll watch wildlife cams. I see. Yeah, and I'm not... As I was saying before, I'm pretty sure I've seen the blackbird with red wings, but I'm not like personally super familiar with them. Yeah, I think in Michigan we mostly just talk about robins, or as kids anyway, because you know they try to teach you about some of the wildlife around. But yeah, I mostly remember hearing about the robins as a kid, so robin propaganda. I love watching bird feeding videos. I see. Yeah, I've definitely seen some of them around. I know I watch a video of someone. I know sometimes I like to watch a video of someone who like kind of videotapes a lot of blue jays, because they're a big blue jay person, I think. Hey, robins are heckin' cute. Yeah, I'm talking about American robins though, of course, but you know the robins that look more like thrushes. But yeah, I've seen a bit of the European robins too, and those are cute as well. Sorry, I kind of assuming you're talking about the European variety. But we have I know there's 2 different flavors of robins across the pond. But yeah, I think they both have bit red bellies, which is why the North American one is has the same name actually. It was named after the European version. But yeah. I also sometimes watch some nesting videos, so it's actually kind of thinking about that a couple days ago too. But I remember the video about like, I don't know if you heard about Mr. Cass, but like there's this kestrel couple who are being filmed, and they're having their nest filmed basically, and the female kestrel, Mrs. Cass, she kind of disappeared randomly, so people were, and they were kind of like, some people kind of talk about how Mr. Cuss had to kind of learn to raise the chicks on his own. Like, he needed human help, of course, because he couldn't like figure out that he needed to tear apart the food for the chicks. But you know, he did finally like figure that out at some point. But yeah, I remember that. I think some people are remembering that video. But okay. Well, I was talking about the Euro Raw, but now that I see the American one, it's in the turd family, which turd is apparently the name for the thrush family. I don't think I've ever heard of the turd family. You know, I mostly hear turd referred to as another thing, but yeah, they're a type of thrush. Bird watching with drama. Oh, goody. Had a wildlife education center near us, and I remember going to an owl nesting event they had, and they actually brought the rehabilitated great horned owl, and I got to touch her. That's cool. Oh. Uh-oh, bird watching drama. Oh yeah, I think you're referring to the single father. I think that might have actually been what sent me down the entire concept of this character, actually, was remembering Mr. Cuss, so. But yeah, bird watching drama. Yeah, I remember the Kesh family, yep. I also remember a little bit of an owl couple, where it's basically the deadbeat husband, and yeah, I watched a few others, but is the great horned owl the same thing as the eagle owl? I don't know, personally. I'm just a casual bird fan, but yeah. Oops, something came up. Might have to dip. Okay. Sorry about that. I hope thank you for showing up, though, so. Nope, great horned owl is a North American, while eagle owl is an Eastern Asian species. I see. Yeah. Okay. Bye. Yeah. Sorry, I just like went quiet again. Oops, dang it. Okay, hold on. And I kind of just waving my mouse everywhere, so scrolling in and out like a crazy person. But it's cool that you were able to touch an owl. Yeah, it's what's your, would you say it's like your, sorry. I guess I should have asked earlier, but I assume you like owls, right? I did mention that I used to be a big fan of owls back in the day. I guess, since we're talking about owls again. As raptors are really cool, though, so. Honestly, I was just watching a lot of bird videos yesterday in general, so. Not just flamingo videos, but no, I'm not really crazy about the flamingo options, so I ended up watching general bird videos. Yeah, I feel like a lot of the videos that tend to be on mostly mention the like some of the same facts over and over. So yeah, great crows and ravens. Okay, personally, one of my favorite birds. I especially love barn owls. Yeah, I think barn owls are cute, and also crows and ravens come as a close second. I see. Yeah, same for the corvids, of course. Gotta love corvids. I actually remember having like a crow OC back in the day, like back in when I was like really young. Yeah, I think I still have I know that my a lot of my old sketchbooks are somewhere, but yeah, I was just kind of what I actually some of the art I made of that character is what I think about when I sometimes think about my old arts, because you know, I tend to, I don't know if you were here, but I kind of sometimes complain about how I did proportions back in the day, so. But yeah, I did have a crow OC back at some point. I used to do a lot of RP, and I know that there was one of the people that I liked to RP with back in the day. I know that they were like super into like crows and ravens, so sometimes I think about them, but yeah. Okay. I'm still figuring out how to do proper proportions, I see. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit of a struggle. Yeah, I think the most painful part of it is because, with like my artistic journey, is that I know that the reason that my proportions got weird was that I was actually trying to get the more realistic proportions, but I don't know, for some reason my art started to just kind of look worse. Because, like, back then, like, my art was, like, at least, like, looked really cute. But then I tried to get a little more semi-realistic, and it just got so wonky for, like, years on years and years. You know, I kind of weep softly. But yeah, your proportions are pretty nice. Especially for, like, especially with how stylized your art tends to be. It's like, it's very unique. Hmm. Maybe I can like drop in an example so you can understand what I mean, but I don't think I still have the original drawing that I did back then. I'll take a peek, but sorry, it's a little bit off topic. Yeah, trying to like look up my old DA stuff. I wonder if it still exists. Yep. Like, I have my really old one, but I don't think this is the one. Okay, then my old RP account, because that's where most of my old art is. Yeah, sorry, it's going to be off topic. Uh-oh. Okay, I need to just like write my entire username out. Oh, man. Yeah, there's actually one of my redeems is actually it's for old art, but you know, I'll just show you for free because my god. All right. All right. Okay, let me get back to OBS. So, my old art used to be heavily influenced by Steven Universe, and I couldn't draw feet and hands, so limbs were very blocky and angular. I see. Yeah. I guess I can kind of see the inspiration with your own art style, but yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about with like weird proportions. So this isn't, I guess, like looking at this now, this isn't necessarily the worst example. This is actually a sketch, but yeah, like just the mouth was like looked kind of wide when the eyes were like super tiny. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I want to like just waste a ton of time, but okay. Because I also had issues with like drawing the neck as well. Like I made the neck super thick and long, so. But yeah, so. Yeah, I just was not very happy with my old art. Okay, I'll show you one more, but. Oop, okay. Oh, this one's see-through. Except for this random chunk right here, actually. Okay, sorry, let's get back to the... It's not too bad. I always struggle with making sure the face looks right, so the ears and eyes align. Yeah, I get that. I realize I haven't been, like, paying attention to getting the proper alignment with the ears and eyes recently, but... Yeah, I should probably be a little more careful about that. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get back to work. But yeah, guides lines are my savior. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, there's a reason why I don't like to sketch on stream, so because my sketches look really bad. Yeah, and just kind of letting myself be loose with the beach right now because I just can't be bothered. I'm currently working on my Ghost Girl reference. I see. Yeah. But yeah, I think the general rule of thumb is that the top of the ear should align with the eyes, and the bottom of the ear should align with the end of the nose. So, of course, proportions aren't necessarily like a hard rule in real life, but that's usually what I hear. So, yeah, it's not like a... I guess thinking about it now, you shouldn't always follow the rule. You shouldn't always follow the rule of proportions perfectly, because you know everyone will look a bit different. But yeah. Okay, loving the line weight with the brush you're using. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just using the G pen here, so yeah, I just have the stabilization on super high, so you know it's not, so my line art doesn't get too messy. But yeah, I tend to use basic. Most of my pens and brushes are actually like the basic CPU stuff, or the basic Clip Studio stuff. I know there was a brush set that I had my eyes on for a little while, but I never ended up downloading it. But those brushes would be more like the painterly type of thing, so. But yeah, this is just a basic pen. Yeah. So for fun fact, for a long period, for like a very, very long time, the the way I added I guess the way I still add line and weight actually is just like by going over the lines and then just kind of like doing this. I'll just show you a quick example. I do the original line, then I might like thicken it up like this, then just kind of fill it in. And I think the reason why I do that is just because I grew up with felt tip pens, so I just like use the smallest pen tip, and then I just start filling the art in like that. So yeah, it's like I'd have the brush pen too, but I hated the brush pen, so I just did it with like the felt tips. So okay, this is a little bit messy, but oh well. Mine are a lot of the free brushes given to me, or I get IBS QR codes. I see. I see. Yeah, like one of the brushes that I normally use, it's for the Painterly brush. I'm not sure if you've seen me use it, because I've been doing a lot more of a lot of my art this from last month was actually a lot cleaner than usual, but the paintbrush that I tend to use, that was I got it for free from a artist on Twitter like a few years back, before everything kind of went to crap. But yeah, unfortunately I don't remember who I got it from, but yeah, I just found free brushes, so I got this one, and it's one of my main brushes. So sorry. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, for some reason I kind of have a hard time finding textured brushes that I click with, but I definitely clicked with that one, so. Because I knew I wanted to have more textured art back in the day, so. Oh yeah, I kind of miss lining traditionally using the different pen tip sizes. Yeah. Yeah, I actually tried messing with dip pens maybe like a couple years ago. But I never really never completely went through with it. So, which is kind of funny because the thing is that my character Varya, he's supposed to have a dip, like a motif with pens and stuff, so like dip pens. But yeah, I never really fully went through with committing to that, so I just have a dip pen motif for no reason. You can't see it on my current model, of course, but my proper design, that's what. Yeah, that has a dip pen thing. I used a dip pen like once. Yeah. Yeah, I used to avoid dip pens like the plague because I had a really, really bad first experience. Back in high school, I took a couple of art classes, and one of the projects that we did included dip pens, and the pen set they gave us was like super like worn out and all that, so I'd have like multiple spills from the dip pen that would fall onto my art, and that just like sucked so much. And I kind of had to just like bear with it. So yeah, I never wanted to touch a dip pen after that. But I gave it another chance with some higher quality or better pens. Actually, the pen that I originally messed with was actually one of the glass tip pens because my grandmother got one for herself. And I kind of liked using that one a little bit. Because I was doing a little bit of art in her house, like maybe in 23, because of just 2023. And I guess my family decided to just get me dip pens for Christmas, so. But yeah, I definitely felt more comfortable using those. It's interesting, but I feel like when I did it, it leaked everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, it's the big struggle. But it does seem like with some brusher tips, it doesn't leak quite as much. As long as you're careful too. Okay, sorry. Alright. Yeah, I'd like to just include the hem, just cause. Okay. Just gonna keep the wrinkles here a bit lighter. Yeah, I'm not sure if having a ton of wrinkles in his coat is necessary, but I do kind of... Sometimes I just like having a fabric with a lot of folds in it. I don't know, sometimes it gets a little bit distracting from the main point of the piece, though. So I'm trying to not go too crazy with that. Okay, I'm just going to start doing the wings. I try to keep them simple, because I'm not very good at wings, but yeah. Markers that dried out after like 3 uses. Oh, do you remember those giant jumbo art kits with the really cheap art supplies? Oh yeah, I remember those. Yeah, I'd gotten a few of those as a kid. Yeah, and the markers that dried out. Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to fish my coffee up. It's getting pretty cold. But I did actually, like, enjoy getting those as a kid, though, I'll be honest. So, I know that I really like the messing with the oil pastels. I don't know, I just thought of them as, like, fancy crayons, though, because I didn't really understand what was so special about oil pastels. So, but yeah, my favorite part were the oil pastels. I don't know, I guess, I just used them like crayons, though. The watercolor was so chalky and grainy, I see. Yeah, I can't necessarily remember the experience of using the art supplies. But I know that a lot of people kind of hated it as... Apparently a lot of people hated it as a kid. But yeah, I guess I felt a little differently as a child, though. Yeah, just kind of happy to get something like that. Okay. I got a lot of those kits as a kid, and a lot of the felt art coloring pages, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me finish this. I'm not entirely sure if I know what you mean by the felt art coloring pages. Like, I don't know if you're talking about like a brand or if they're like actually felt, because I don't think I'm not sure if I ever experienced felt pages. I remember as a kid there were those magic marker pages that kind of just filled themselves in. I don't think my family ever got me those, though. Save for maybe like one time. Yeah, I think it was usually other kids that had those kind of things. I remember like drawing on construction paper a lot, though. Like we'd have a construction paper at our house, and I'd just use that as my drawing surface. I kind of miss it. I honestly love them. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'd probably be a little bit too picky nowadays, though, so. Yeah, I gotta do I gotta at least try out a traditional art stream at some point, but, there's probably a few supplies that I would need for that. But I was actually intending to do traditional art streams on the, or initially, like, along with the digital art, of course, but, I kind of ended up sticking to digital art because it was just a little more convenient. But for the most part, I do technically have the means to do it. I just, I think I just need a stand for the webcam as I actually have a webcam for that was intended for that. You know, I got it from I saved up a bunch of Christmas money for that, so that's how I got it. It's not like super fancy or anything, but yeah. I used to really be into physical media. I got a giant kit with sculpty clay, and I also was into watercoloring. I see. Yeah, I felt pretty similar for a while. Like, especially when I was in some of the earlier stages, like, yeah, in like early high school, I did a lot of traditional art, and then I got into digital art for a good while because you know, it was easier to like, yeah, when it was like around the time when I was getting into RP, because you know, I had a really hard time like photographing my traditional art. Sorry, taking a deep breath. Yes, and sorry, my like brain is like fading away. Yeah, it's easier to photograph, or not necessarily photograph, but to just like post your digital arts online. But then, and then I started having tech issues, so I went back to traditional art. Sorry, I can't speak. Went back to traditional art for a good while, back when I was in community college. And then after that, I would, and then a few years back, I was able to get back into the digital art again, so. But yeah, my older laptop at the time just would not accept my tablet, so I just couldn't do digital art anymore, which really sucked a lot. But yeah, so for a while I was actually messing with oil painting and acrylic painting too. Sorry, I just look at the. Nowadays, I just don't have the energy or time to be mainly traditional because digital is convenient. Yeah, same for me. But yeah, I actually have I don't really have the space for oil painting, which is or just like acrylic painting either. But I do have the means to do like acrylic ink paintings. So, you know, you can kind of treat those like watercolors. But yeah, I was going to do acrylic ink paintings along with my digital art. But yeah, I never really went through with that. I'd love to paint again one day. Yeah, yep. It's definitely a lot slower process though, is the main issue. At least that was for me, because I was actually trying to play around with expressive abstract art for a little bit, like in January, I think. But it's like it took so long for the thing to dry, so I kind of just gave up slowly. But yeah, I would have little periods where I wanted to paint traditionally again. Mm. Mm. Hmm. Oh yeah, it's also kind of remembering some of the old art books that I used to buy, not the art showcase books that I mostly get these days, but like the how-to books that you'd see in like art stores or in bookstores. I'm actually going to go make some coffee since it's on my brain. I see. Yeah, I'm trying to finish the coffee I have right here because it's basically cold right now. But yeah, so okay. Good luck on the coffee. Okay, sorry about this, everyone. I'm just kind of. I feel like my brain's frying a little bit. Yeah, I could probably tell that I basically took a week off of streaming. I didn't intend to take a Sunday off, but not Sunday, Wednesday off, but the internet was so wonky that day that I just didn't want to even try. It's like I was trying to like go into other people's streams and that wouldn't work, so I gave up. I think it actually calmed down like after 6 though, so I'm not sure how it would have gone though, so yeah. But hopefully I'll be able to stream normally this week. I am going to try and like get a more serious piece started on Friday. You know, because I know for a fact that I won't be able to plan it out on Monday because I'm going on a little trip with a couple of my family, a couple members of my family. Also, I'm just kind of sitting around right now. I just need as I said before, I'm trying to finish this coffee. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit more with the line art after I get my bearings together, and then I'll probably start with the actual coloring process. Yeah, it seems like it's only been an hour so far, so. And I'm not planning on going on super long today because I gotta do some stuff IRL, but I do think I have the time to make this a little more polished, so. But yeah, I was thinking about the relatively clean style that I've been doing. But yeah, I need to like get back to. I think after this, I'm probably gonna stop and think about what I want to do with my art. So it's not like I'm hitting a point where I'm like tired of what I'm doing or anything, but you know, I've just been trying to take some time to just kind of observe my work and all that. Because before the art fight started going down, I was actually messing with a very painterly style. So, but then when July, or like I guess I should say late June, because I was starting this with the character references I was making, kind of realized that I did have a lot of fun with the sharper looking art. So yeah, I just kind of see what I want to do. But yeah, I kind of want to work with line art more again, so might not do quite as many digital paintings as I've been doing, like before June, I should say. Of course, I want to get back to that eventually, but yeah, maybe try to do a mix of clean and messy. I don't know. But yeah, I've been looking through some other people's art, usually in like comic styles and fantasy art in general too, as well. You know, just looking through some of my art books. You know, I think it's generally pretty healthy to just kind of go over things and just think about what you want to do. Sorry, I'm just thinking that I really need to take a break once the next ad break comes along. I'll be taking a little bit of a break because I need it. Oh, yeah, my throat already feels kind of worn down, actually. Yeah, let's get some more water. But yeah, as I said before, I want to like stop and observe a little bit. Maybe look into some historical artists, but yeah. The thing is I got this art book like a really long time ago. It's actually a Blizzard art book. This was like before all the crap went down with the like all the controversies and stuff went down with Blizzard, but was lazy, made instant coffee. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I'm usually pretty lazy with the coffee making, but yeah, I was just trying to kind of yapping a bit about an art book I have. This was before all the bad stuff kind of came out about Blizzard, but like back in I think in maybe 2018, I got this art book from the company, or art book from Barnes and Nobles. And I just like I had it in my room for like a really long time. It actually got kind of warped over the years, but I kind of put it in my current bookshelf because I sort of try and de-warp it, and that ended up working. But yeah, so last Friday, sorry, finally getting to the point. Last Friday I started looking through that book again, like the first time in years upon years, and it's man, a lot of the art in there goes like really hard. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I was actually kind of a fan of the art style, of that general fantasy art style. So yeah, I got the book a long time ago, and yeah, I was really into like video game art back in the day. I have an Overwatch art book. I see. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I was never like I never really got into Overwatch, but the book that I have has some art from World of Warcraft and Diablo. So, admittedly, I haven't played either of those games either, but you know, I wanted to play World of Warcraft back in the day, but yeah, I just didn't want to pay a subscription. Oh my god, sorry. I did used to play Guild Wars 2, but because that was free to play. You know, jobless teenager and all that, but yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, the artwork in there goes really hard, so yeah, I've been kind of looking over it right before stream again, because I really like some of the sketches in there. I might try to study it, basically. I'm not into, I was gifted the book. Oh, I see. But I did play Diablo on the occasion. I see. Yeah. Yeah, I know that I wanted to play World of Warcraft, but I heard it's gone kind of downhill over time. I know it was like super big for a good while though. But yeah, I ended up going into Final Fantasy XIV instead, so you know. It's not like I didn't have alternatives. You know, Final Fantasy XIV, that was I got really into that in 23, but you know, long before that I was in Guild Wars 2, so I actually kind of remember that for a bit. I remember a lot of the cool art there. Yeah, I don't know if you ever got into like MMOs, but I'd have times where I was like really into MMOs, so. Sorry, I don't know why my voice keeps cracking today, but probably because I just wasn't talking that much recently, but yeah. Just try to take a deep breath. Okay, sorry about this. Yeah, okay, let's just get back to work. I was sort of into MMOs, yeah. Yeah, I've gotten into a few MMOs back in the day. As I said before, like 8 times. But yeah, before that, I was like my first MMO I think was actually I guess I was into quite a few MMOs actually. Especially as a kid actually. I think technically my first MMO could have been Toontown, but yeah, I was trying to refer to an MMO called Grand Fantasia. It's not. I don't think it was ever like super big, but it was a free to play MMO that had sort of an anime aesthetic. So, you know, that's why I got into it as a kid. But yeah, I was into that for a while. But even before that, I was interested in like Toontown and then Wizards 101. Oh. Okay. Embarrassing, I played Fire Emblem. Oh, I see. Like, did that have an MMO, or? I played mainly RPGs, I see. I see. Well, I know a lot of people like, sorry, Fire Emblem, so. I remember Toontown, yeah. Yep. Was pretty into that as a kid. But admittedly, I was never like very good at video games in general, but I was actually like really I think at some point like I entered the Cog Factory because that was basically a dungeon area. But I was like so freaked out by what I saw in there that it gave me nightmares. So yeah, I wasn't quite as into Toontown after that. Yeah, I think that Cog Factory actually traumatized me slightly, so. Yeah, especially as someone who isn't very good, as I said, isn't very good at the game, so. I was a little bit defenseless. But yeah, I remember seeing the cogs without their, like, skin. That freaked me out. That scarred me for a while, so. I wouldn't be scared now, but, you know, as a child, I was definitely scared. Oh yeah, and I also tried playing Wizard 101 spin-off, the Pirates 101, but I didn't want to pay for it, so I never really got that deep into it. I don't know. I didn't quite have the advantage of parents' hard-earned money at that time, so. Childhood trauma, yeah. Yep. Yes, sirree. But yeah, I know that a lot of some of the later game areas, I know those kind of were scary to me. I don't know, I'd probably help if I didn't just like sneak into there at a lower level, but you know, I know that you could technically just walk around the sidewalks and be mostly safe. But yeah, I was definitely getting scared. But yeah, I kind of miss Toontown, now that we're talking about it, just because it's, I had a lot of fun in that game. I remember playing Animal Jam a lot as a kid. I see. I don't think I heard of that one. Was it like a single player game or MMO like the other ones? But yeah, I think my MMOs were like kind of my bread and butter as a child, just because they tended to be pretty expansive, so. And I also got to create my own characters and all that. I think that's what I generally liked, just like character creation. You know, I also did some single player RPGs like Skyrim. I used to be pretty into Skyrim, but yeah, I liked MMOs mostly. It was an online type MMO, I suppose. Sort of similar to Club Penguin. I see. Yeah, I never heard of that, but sounds kind of interesting. Technically, I played Club Penguin as well, but I never really like got into Club Penguin. I don't know. It never clicked with me. Though, admittedly, with MMOs, like the big appeal to those is like it's partially like to do with socializing. So, yeah, I think that's usually what keeps me around is finding a social group. At least that's usually the case. I did struggle a little bit with socializing in Final Fantasy 14, but I had the main story and a lot of other stuff to get involved with. Of course, I got like a fake job too, so as a bartender. You know, I did that for like over a year. I know for like Club Penguin, I did get into that spot. They had like that spy, you know, find and click adventure thing for a bit. I know I was into that because that was really fun, but yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to wonder if this is wondering if I should move on with the art or not. I know I'm going a little bit slowly today, so you know, kind of just getting distracted. Yeah, just thinking about the past and all that. Okay, let's but yeah, I'm just trying to. Okay, it's a little messy right here, but I had the Club Penguin DS game. I see. I never knew there was a DS game either. You know, I had a DS for a little bit, but you know, like shortly before the 3DS came out, but I did get a few games for that, but I was mostly obsessed with Flipnote Hatina, or Hatina. I don't know how you pronounce it, but like the Flipnote stuff. I was really into that, but I did play a few games too. I was big into DSi and the PSP. I see. I see. Sorry, I'm just gonna go. Sorry, I feel like I should know what that is, but sorry, it's like so long ago that I kind of forgot everything. I actually remember one game mostly. It's like Drawn to Life, I think. I had the Drawn to Life 2. I remember Flipnote, yeah. Yeah, I remember like getting it, like reading a lot of people's like stories and fan fictions back then. You know, that's why I mostly came on, was just the fan fiction. You know, I was never on fanfiction.net, but I was on Flipnote Hatina. DSi is predecessor to 3DS and the PSP the handheld. Yeah, I know the DS, but the PSP is the handheld PlayStation console. I see. Yeah, I had the DSi. Sorry, Flipnote and all that. But yeah, sorry, my brain is like, I'm not good at multitasking if you couldn't tell, but I see. Yeah, it's you could probably imagine some like smoke coming out of my ears right now. I remember playing Scribblenauts a lot. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think I had one of the Scribblenauts games too. I kind of just like to screw around in the lobby area. Sorry, I need to scratch my forehead. Yeah, I remember Scribblenauts and Cooking Mama. Yeah, I really liked Cooking Mama for a while. Okay, I think I'm just gonna... Actually, I need to... You know, it's fine. Okay, let's just name this layer. Okay. Alright. Okay, sorry about this. I'm just... Alright. Let's drag this in so I can take... Cooking Mama was fun, yeah. I don't know if you're... I remember as a kid, I don't know about you, but as a kid, I remember like screwing around in video game lobbies a lot. But I also have like a brother, so yeah, we'd play together on like on like Lego, those Lego games, not on the DS or anything, but on like on a 2-player console. I don't know, we argued a lot too, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of just suddenly remember that. Yeah, I think it was on the Wii, actually. Kind of remembering the Pirates of the Caribbean Lego game. I loved messing around in lobbies. My favorite was to mess around with Little Big Planet. I see. That's cool. I played a little bit of Little Big Planet, but not a whole ton of it. Also, it looks like an ad break is going to be starting in about 5 minutes, so I think a little bit before that I will be taking a shortish break to get a little bit more coffee and also some, just a restroom break. Water. Oh yes, and of course get more water, so. I still have some water left, of course, but, I may as well chug now. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start filling in the face real quick. And I'll just fill in the irises. I usually need to clean up the face area. Then the boob window. And the hands. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Yep, lobbies were definitely fun. But yeah, I really remember the Lego lobbies because those had a lot of things that you could just mess around with. Not to mention able to switch around to whatever character you wanted. Okay. We get the little baby right here. Sorry, I'm like kind of frying out. I'm gonna figure out what to do with my spoonbill harpy. I see. Yeah, I saw a little bit of sketches of her. Like, do you have any ideas of what you want to do with the story? Oh my god, sorry. Do you have any ideas of what you want to do with the story yet, or are you still just playing around with her stuff? I think I talked a little bit about this dude. By the way, I'm considering naming him Michele or Cielo. I'm not sure yet out of those two. I'm sort of playing with her design, I see. Yeah, that's fair enough. I guess one of the things I'm kind of wondering about Michele's, I'm just going to call him Michele for now, but I guess one of the things I'm wondering about him is if I should like include some more personal aspects to his design, like something that should represent him a bit more, but I'm not entirely sure yet, because as I said before, his backstory isn't entirely solid at the moment. I mean, I'm letting most of his clothes be a bit darker, because I was thinking that maybe he could be like thinking that it'd be kind of funny if he was like surprisingly toned down for like a bright pink bird. A little bit of a contrast. But yeah, it's kind of my main idea at the moment. Okay. Yeah, my brain is fried. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna take my break in just a few seconds. Let me fill this in. Okay. Yeah, sorry about this. Yeah, hopefully I'll be a little bit back together once I get my stuff dealt with, but yep, I'll be going to my break, and the ad break should be in a minute, so Giving her some clothes. I see. Yeah. Well, I can't wait to see what you come up with. But yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just go back to the art screen. Alright. Thinking of naming her Demetase because it's a type of spoon. I see. Yeah, it'd be kind of funny. But yeah, what kind of clothes were you thinking of giving her? Okay, let's just get back to coloring, sorry. Okay, let's just name these layers real quick so I don't lose track of them. So skin. This will be hair. Then I'll do feathers. So I'll do the ears and wings together. Yeah, you like to keep things separated so it's just easier to shade. Usually. Sorta, maybe. Okay. So I'm just gonna take these two colors right here. Alright, so yeah, we get these parts, like kind of a brighter pink. Yeah, but a small part of me wonders if its wings should be a little more desaturated because of, you know, since it's kind of feeding this, but you know, I guess I could just say he's, like, doing pretty well, or like access to the crustaceans is a bit higher than expected. I don't know if other types of crustaceans work outside of brine shrimp, but he did like move next to an ocean, so, or the seaside. I was thinking of kind of just like saying he has he's able to just like take a supplement basically. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Okay, do not account for this, so I'll just fill it in like this. Oops. Not perfect, but it will. Alright. Think of more Islander inspired since she's more of a swamp based. I know there's a flamingo species that can walk through hot springs. Oh yeah? Yeah, I heard about that a little bit. I know that like lesser flamingos, there's some that like live in like a highly acidic and very hot lake. Like yeah, there's somewhere in Africa there's a lake that's next to a volcano, and apparently the water is about as acidic as borax. I think it's borax that they compared it to, but yeah, like apparently the water would turn most animals' flesh to like stone, but there's just a bunch of flamingos that like live in there and have their babies in there, and kind of wild. Yeah, that one, you know, that video was actually pretty interesting. Sorry, I'm like so distracted. Okay. Oh, what the heck? Sorry. Sorry, it doesn't seem like this one gonna behave. Hold on. Oh boy, okay. Yeah, that's better. Let's just clean it up. Oh, hello, Super. Yeah, Bolivian hot springs. I see. Yeah. I'm making a flamingo harpy man, so, oops. Try to center him. Yeah, I made a new OC yesterday, so just because it kind of felt like it, and yeah, he's supposed to be like a single father and a flamingo. I kind of pushed his proportions a bit further in this piece than I would have initially done, but you know, I thought the gesture that I came up with looked right, but yeah, it looks a little bit smaller here, but yeah. Sorry, I'm just showing you some of the drawings I've done. Bro got some whip toes. Yeah, he's an aquatic bird after all, so. Sorry, I'm just yeah, I'm still a little bit fried admittedly, but cool. Yeah. I guess I'll put the... Now that I think about it, I'll put his feet on the skin layer, so... I also kind of want to make his feet a little bit darker than than what I initially drew in the concept art, so... I'm just gonna put a bit of a gradient on there. Just darken it slightly. Hold on. I kind of want to tackle a puffin harpy because they're cool birds. I see. Yeah, I definitely heard about the puffins. Like, I'm not super oh my god, knowledgeable on them, but I know that they're around, like, Greenland and I think maybe Iceland too, so. Yeah, it's kind of Arctic birds. Okay, let's just get a little bit scrambled today, but I'm trying to get my bearings, so. Goth Flamingo. Sorry, just kind of... I don't know if this guy is necessarily meant to be goth. I say as the person that's creating him, but... No, just a bit darker than what you would expect for a flamingo. Okay. Get his inner shirt. Okay. But also, how was your day, Super? Sorry. Was very distracted by the work. Okay. They can carry 50 small fish in their beaks so well. I love the black and pink combo, thank you. Yeah, this color scheme's definitely more fun than I expected it to be. But I kind of wanted to keep things like somewhat toned down, but also like... So, obviously it's going to be a bit bright either way because of the natural flamingo colors. Okay. Hold on, let me just... Yeah, I think it's the same color as the top here. Let's get the white parts filled in. Yeah, I realized I forgot to include his armband, but oh well. You know, this isn't the end-all, be-all for the design, as I said earlier, but just trying to have a general look that I want for him. Sorry, I'm trying to... Okay, I think I'm going with the darker black for the hat. Oh my god, sorry. It always like flings me around. Okay. Alright. So, yeah, and then, what should have, forgot, oops. Oh well, sorry. You know, I just kind of forgot what I went with the other piece, but oh well. Yeah, I don't feel like bringing that one piece I did last night, you know. Don't really feel like bringing it up right now, so just make it black. And the white helps break it up. I see. Yeah. Basically, he's supposed to be kind of a little bit of a serious guy. I think I just went with actual black right here. Oops. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I make too many OCs with a certain personality type, but you know, I have a type. But yeah, I do kind of like the, you know, goth flamingo look. So yeah. Okay. Should also probably fill in his kid's hair real quick. So I'm gonna take the whites and just kind of open the color window and just make it slightly darker. So, because you know that baby swans are like white. So okay. I do too. I have a lot of broody type OCs that are secretly really kind. I see. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Sorry, the music stopped, so... Yep, I definitely know what you mean. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I was also kind of thinking about thinking a bit about a kestrel type of harpy, because I think kestrels just look cute, but I'm not so sure right now. Probably focus on what I'm doing right here. All right. And I'll do the yellow parts. Usually when I have yellow parts, I tend... Oops. Sorry, I hit the line art. But yeah, usually when I have yellow parts, they're meant to represent gold. But for this dude, I think I'm just gonna let him have a just normal yellow part. Or just general yellow sections. You know, just like a little bit of a pop of color that... Pop of a not pink color. I have an OC that's owl-inspired, not inherently an owl, but a lot of owl motifs, I see. Yeah, sounds fun. So they're like a... So are they like more like a general human, or like are they a bird person, or still a monster girl, I should say, or like some other flavor of monster girl? Sorry, I just keep... My brain is slightly fried. Okay. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. No, that's just the wrong layer. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this will be okay. Getting a little bit of this red around. Okay. Oops. In this area, this little square should be pink. They're human, but mutated, sorta. I see. So just like a generally human type of character. Alright, okay. Just hold on a moment. Just trying to think of something. Maybe a pale yellow. I kind of like the pale yellow. Okay. Let's just get back to the clothing. Try to remember what this part is supposed to look like. I'm still not entirely sure what I want to do with the embroidery, because I do want him to have a little bit of a pattern here, but yeah, still need to decide on what I want to do with that. The little baby is so cute. Thank you. Yeah, I realized that I guess I realized, I already knew, but I have a hard time drawing kids, so I just kept this like super simplified right here. Yeah, I think it kind of ended up being a little bit worth it because it looks cute. Okay. Alright, time to just get the pattern in then. So, should probably do it on a separate layer. Okay. Try to... But yeah, I do want to add his general design at least. I feel like lilies would be fitting for it, or dragonflies. I guess so. Yeah, I guess I can consider that for future versions. I'm not gonna come up with an actual design right now though, just because I don't really feel like it at the moment, but yeah. I'm gonna try and look at a little bit of historical embroidery too, just so I can figure out what how to like depict it. So. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. So. Okay. But yeah, right now I'm just gonna keep it a little bit simple. I might still try to keep the general like shell shape right here for some parts of it though, because kind of reference that he's like lives next to the sea, so. I think initially he would have come from a lake town though, so like a flamingo town. I think that'd be kind of fun. Also, I don't know why it's messy right there, but oh, hold a second. All right. Why are there crunchies? Okay, I just need to fill it in, I think. Okay. Why is this black? Come on. Sorry, this for some reason it's like completely black right here, so I gotta fix that real quick. Well, I'll let it be a bit darker so it stands out, but yeah. It wasn't meant to be that dark. I'm going to look into some bio-inspired clothing for my spoonbill. I see. Yeah, that seems like it might be a good idea. Wish I could, like, point you to some swamp clothes, but I always kind of struggled that a little bit with that as well. Or, like, trying to find clothes that would be fitting for a swamp culture. Because I kind of have this world building project that I haven't really touched in a long time, but I know there's like a country that's like almost completely taken over by a temperate swamp, so it's never able to like figure out what to do with that, with their like fashion, so, or their local clothing, because probably 1800s. Pre-industrial revolution era, I see. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to get this looking okay. All right. But yeah, I think I already said that this design is meant to be just a little more not necessarily supposed to be reference to any specific culture, but savor maybe like a Southern European, basically. Like there's a little bit of inspiration from Southern Europe, but you know, I'm not entirely sure what direction I want to go with this character. So. Okay. Okay. Also, not entirely sure if he should be late medieval or early modern. Oops. Yeah, I usually like to make my worlds early modern, so like around the Age of Exploration type of time. So either like a mix of 1800s or the 1700s. I like Victorian clothing too, though, so. Yeah, I try not, as I said before, I don't just generally prefer to have the timing be a bit looser from real life. I think it just makes things a little bit more interesting. Okay. 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 Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, I think I took over too much of the white here, so. Okay, come on. Nope. Okay. How about this one, beast? Okay. Oh yeah, I was actually thinking about looking at some Art Nouveau inspired patterns too, but you know, I'm a sucker for Art Nouveau, so that's why I kind of thought about that. Okay, let's just get to coloring the suits. I think some more variety to his appearance. Hold on, actually. Crap. Oh yeah, these are patterns. Oops. Alright, let's just merge these two. Okay. But yeah, let's work on the skin, so. Well, first I'll start with the blush, and then I'll add his eyeshadow essentially. So the cheeks, yeah, the blush first. So, make a clipping mask and just kind of. I try to go heavy with it at first, just and then lower the opacity of the clipping mask for merging down. So. Okay, since this kid is basically on the, may as well do this. Okay, so we lower these down. Okay. I'm just gonna erase parts of it. Oh, that side did not. Okay. Oops. Yeah, probably good to just erase parts of it because I like the baby to be a little bit more blushed. I love how it's coming along. Thank you. Okay, so next I will do the dark, sort of the eyeshadowy bits. So I don't know. I just like it when the characters have this eye bags essentially. Not sure why, but I just do. So also, I accidentally forgot to make this a clipping mask, but oh well. Alright, we're just... Okay. Alright. Okay, so let's get the wet bleed blender and just kind of... Yeah, I'll just do this essentially. And let's blend it out a little bit. Also, sorry I'm not as chatty. I'm just kind of... My brain started frying a bit earlier than I expected it to, so... I don't know, it's probably just because I haven't really streamed for a whole week. Not since last Tuesday, essentially, so... I meant to stream last Wednesday, but Yeah, and then the internet just decided to not work that day. Okay. Okay. I think I figured out what I want to do for the clothes. Oh, I see. What's the idea you're coming up with? Hmm. Hold on. Sorry. I realize I haven't done the irises quite yet, so. Yeah, I gotta do that real quick. Yeah, and he's got yellow eyes, because I think that's the eye color that greater flamingos have. Oops. So I'll start off with this darker color, and then just kind of... And then just add the actual color afterwards, so... I'm also going to be a bit heavier with the lighter yellow, because I do want his eyes to be a bit sharper. Okay. Actually, I'll lower the opacity of the G-pen and then just kind of, oops, go over the shadow area. Okay, keep going into the pupil. Okay. It's going to be a mix of people who live in mangrove swamps and sort of throw an Cajun flair to it. Because spoonbills live in those marshy areas of Florida. I see. I see. Yeah, I can't wait to see what you come up with. Alright, and gotta fill in these moles real quick, so... I guess they're technically beauty marks, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, so, recently realized that I haven't really been giving my OCs moles lately, so thought I'd fix that and give this dude 2 moles. So, whoop. There we go. Alright, let's just lighten this. Okay, not lighten that. Okay, a little bit light. Okay, we'll make it a little more yellow, and then just lighten it a bit further. Okay. And go back a bit, and then just kind of... This will be the light color above the eye, so... Okay. Alright. So I just need to zoom out. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to finish his hair, so... Can't forget the eyebrows. Okay, hold on. Okay, so... It's got, pink eyebrows. Because he has pink hair. I think I want to start off with, as a gradient, though. I'm going to definitely make sort of a nut with swamp lady knowledge. Sort of just a little crazy, I see. Yeah, it seems like it'd be fun. Is she friendly with humans, or is she the type of character that mostly keeps to herself? Okay. Okay. Alright, and then I'll just go ahead and merge this down. I think I'll just try the gradient look for now. Okay. Alright, so haven't named the layers yet, so clothing. Oh yeah, I forgot the I forgot the special patterning on here, so let me just take care of that real quick. She helped people lost in the swamps to tell them a little bits of knowledge. I see. I see. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, I was just thinking about Scylla, because I'm sure you know who. Yeah, you know who Scylla is. You drew him, but yeah, it kind of reminded me of Scylla a little bit because he's, you know, my swamp merman. So okay, just gonna went over the line. Get some McDonald's hamburger colors. I just realized. Oh well. They'd be buddies for sure. Definitely going to give her some gator pets. I see. Yeah, that might be kind of fun. Scylla is definitely like super shy though, so you'd probably have to. She'd probably have to like sneak up on him or something. That or like try to open like a trade deal or something. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. I'll just have the dots for now. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to settle with this. Probably just going to be squirting around until I figure something official out. Of course, I've been drawing Varia for like over a year now, and I still squirr around with Varia's design, so yeah. Okay, I think I got the solid colors down though, so I'm just gonna have the pattern be attached to this. She's extremely eccentric, so they probably clash with personality. I see. Yeah, maybe. It's not that Scylla is like not eccentric or slightly eccentric himself, but no, he's just easily intimidated. So, anyways, I'll just go ahead and start shading. Actually, hold on. Gotta color the line art first. Okay. I'm just gonna mess with a bluish color and see how that looks. Okay, I'll do that as the first color, and then after that I can hold on. Okay, we can do a second color layer, and then you know, take a magenta-ish pink, just kind of go over the face. Actually, I'll do it, make it redder. Just kind of do this. Okay. Probably give her a boathouse with a bunch of stuff she's collected, thinking of making it a broken steamboat. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, probably like a bunch of things hanging from the ceiling too. That'd be, they probably could like clack together whenever there's a little bit of a breeze. Okay. The swampy, marshy environment would definitely make for some atmospheric backgrounds. Oh yeah. Since we're talking about like swampy areas, have you ever like watched Princess and the Frog? Like the Disney, oh my god, sorry, the Disney movie, I mean. Also, actually have a alligator man, so. But, Renee. Just gonna show him off real quick. I never finished this piece, but I think I drew this a little while ago. Thought I'd just show you. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking. I see. Yeah, it'd be fun. Ooh, Bayou Boy. Yeah. Yeah, I had the general idea for that character in my head for a long time, but I never really was quite able to put him onto paper, but okay. I'm just checking the time. Alright, so. Okay, I'm just gonna. Nope, that's not. No, shoot. Okay. Sorry, I'm just like. Okay, separate layer as a clipping mask. And then set it to multiply. And there. Okay. I'll make it warmer though. There. Okay. Yeah, trying to shade his skin. Gonna definitely give my Spoonbill Mama Odie vibes. I see. Yeah, I can see that. Okay. Okay, so I might end this stream around the 3-hour mark. I still have a bit of time before that, but yeah, I just don't want to destroy my voice today because I definitely feel like it's a lot more frail than usual. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you the fair warning, so. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill this in. But yeah, your character concept sounds really cool. Yeah, I think I already mentioned this earlier, but I think this guy was planning for this dude to kind of come from a lake village, or like a lake village. Like the village itself is actually on the lake, so because like a flamingo people. Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of fun. My voice gets tired from speaking a lot because my job requires it. I see. Gotcha, I completely get it with the voice thing. Yeah. To be honest, I just don't really talk all that much in real life, so. So as a result, I just have a really weak voice, but you know, it's been getting a little bit stronger since I started streaming, but yeah. I haven't streamed in a while, as I said before, so my voice just got... I think my voice just got out of shape. Dang it, sorry. Okay, so... Oh yeah, so this is kind of off topic, but you know, I learned that the county fair is going to be going on this month, so I'm kind of So I'm kind of wondering if I want to try and get into that this year. I haven't been to a county fair in like a very long time, but you know, I just thought it'd be kind of fun to visit one this year. I might have to cancel one of those. I might have to cancel a stream though, so. But, you know, I think I might just take August a bit more easy than July has been, so. You know, I'm trying to enjoy the rest of my summer. I've seen those islander homes where they're on stilts and they travel by Built docks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually. So, ooh, like floating houses for your flamingo village. County fairs are always fun. It's a guilty pleasure to eat some good old fried food. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't think I usually eat a ton of fried food at county fairs, but it's been so long that I just can't really remember. But yeah, I remember I used to really enjoy the rides. I especially like those boat swing rides. Like that go back and forth. Yeah, I was like a really big fan of those ones. But yeah, I do kind of look forward to the very unhealthy food. So. Do you have a favorite snack from county fairs, or not really? Okay. Okay. My favorite are the swing rides where they spin you around high up. I see. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Those ones can be pretty fun. I think my least favorite, though, are the drop rides. My favorite snack would have been a good old classic corn dog or fried Oreos. Oh, wow. I see. Yeah, I was thinking about kettle corn and caramel apples. I think I might have gotten a meat skewer back in the day, but I can't remember exactly. To be honest, I don't necessarily... Oh, yeah. Oh, I just remember the elephant ears. I remember those. I don't know if you heard of those, but they're like a fried or deep fried disc of dough, and they cover them in like cinnamon sugar. Yeah, those were my favorite, actually. It's been so long since I had those. Yeah, if I go to it this year, I'm definitely gonna have to snag one of those. I love elephant ears. Oh yeah. Yeah, the good stuff. The good stuff, dang it. Yeah, I just remembered. I think I like mentioned or tried to or like talked about an elephant ear with someone in the past, and they thought I was talking about like actual elephant ears. Like no. So I wasn't sure if you. So never entirely sure if someone would know about that or not. But yeah, elephant ears are good. But yeah, they're for some reason they're kind of hard to find. I know that like maybe a few years back, I went to a amusement park, and I first don't think I've seen any like elephant ears around them. They do have like funnel fries, but you know it's not the same. Tastes similar, but it's not the same. Dang it. Okay. I've had one that was red velvet, but you always get a lemonade at the fair classic drink. I see. Yeah, lemonades are good too. Yeah, I've probably gotten lemonades. It's just one of those things I don't remember exactly. Okay. Alright, so let's just get the second foot. Probably gonna have to finish this dude off stream, but oh well. Okay. Alright. I love when they have the Mexican food trucks, though. I see. I don't think I've had too much from a food truck before. Like, I've seen food trucks around, but... You know, I've kind of felt like they were a little too expensive for me. I did get like a barbecue sandwich from a food truck once before, but... You know, because there was a... kind of a food truck fair at the farmer's market near me at one point, but... Yeah, I think like a stranger actually like paid for my food for me, so you know, it's kind of nice. But yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, they're pretty pricey. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like, as I said before, sometimes I consider getting them, but yeah, it's usually too much. Sorry, I just, didn't mean to merge this one down. Whoops. Like the one with the little blanket. Oh, well, shouldn't be too much of a hassle, but yeah. Oh, let's just do the hair, though, so... Yeah, I think I'm good on the skin layer, so I'll do the hair. Try to... Oh yeah, I need to set it to multiply. Boop. I had a burger from one that came with a side of garlic parmesan fries. Ooh, nice. That sounds good. Yeah, fancy fries can be quite tasty. Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad. It'd be kind of nice to have a some fancy fries again at some point. Okay, sorry, this it's not as clean as I would like it to be right here. Okay. Yep. My heart will always belong to classic cheese fries. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember the cheese fries. Sometimes I get them from Culver's. I haven't had non-Culver's cheese fries in a while, though. Yeah, I guess they sell them at amusement parks. I was kind of remembering the date that back in the day when I was younger, my family used to go to a pool park, and I know we got cheese fries from there at some point. Yeah, pool parks were really fun too. Sonic cheese fries are okay. I see. I haven't had them in so long. Yeah, I don't think I ever had this Sonic cheese fries. We used to have a Sonic in the city near us, but they shut down a while ago, I think. Yeah. So, of course, we didn't really go there that often because it's a bit far away. Yeah, I usually don't really like to travel far for like fast food, so. Big fan of Culver's though. Oh yeah. Yeah, good old Culver's. Yep. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm not quite as chatty. I'm just kind of a little bit worn out already. Yeah, I had to go out earlier today to get some plant food, so. I don't know if I talked to you about or mentioned this to you while you were here, but yeah, I had to go out to the garden center, so there's still like flowers there, but yeah, I just needed plant food. Some good old garden tone. Wisconsin cheese curds and chicken tenders was my go-to. Also, hey there, Jay. Thank you for showing up. Hello. Hello. Yep. How's your day going, by the way? Also, just a fair warning, the ad break is coming, so... Yeah. Just to show you real quick, this is what I'm working on right now, so... No, flamingo dad, essentially. Need to, like, clean up the shading right here, but... Yeah, I'm just doing some, cell shading at the moment, so... Not planning on getting too complicated with the art piece right here, but yeah. Okay, hold on. Sorry. Pretty good, just chilling. I see. I love some cell shading. I see. Are you doing any art stuff right now, or just chilling? But yeah, this is just kind of a easy... Sort of an easier piece for the beginning of August. Haven't really been doing too much art outside of designing this random OC, but probably going to do something a little bit more hardcore next week, or not next week, but like later this week. Maybe not that hardcore either, actually, but you know, something a little more time consuming. So, not at the moment, but just going to be streaming in about an hour and a half, I see. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, that's fair enough. Sorry, I'm just kind of getting a little bit tired right now, just because I haven't streamed in like a week, so I think I kind of lost a little bit of my streaming endurance, essentially. But yeah, I'm kind of just doing this Flamingo Man, and I don't have a solid story from him yet, as yeah, Red already knows because I've been yapping about him a bit here and there, but you know, I was thinking that he currently lives in a coastal city, that he had kind of moved there with his late wife, but now he's just kind of stuck there with his kid at the moment. So but yeah, I think he's like he would be kind of like a part-time worker. Okay. Oh, who the baby? Single dad who works 2 jobs. Sorta. Yeah, something like that. Yep. Surprisingly gloomy for Flamingo. But, you know, he's kind of going through it too, so. Yeah, I think the idea for him is as like that his like late wife was supposed to be like they moved to the city because his late wife was supposed to be like sort of a magic professor, so she was gonna work at the college in the city, but then she passed away, so he kind of has to make dues on his own. Aw, yeah. Okay, the ad break is starting in like 10 seconds, so... Or maybe a little bit longer, but yeah. So... Probably going to be a little bit quiet for a few moments just so I can focus on this. Also just finished my coffee, so yeah. Okay, all right, there's the ad block. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start filling in the rest of the hair real quick. Okay. All right. Okay. I forgot to shade the kids' skin tone. Whoops. Okay. Oh well. I can come back to that later. But yeah, I'm just gonna let the shading be a bit blue. Also not sure if I'm gonna at the kid's actual age right now. I think I might actually make his official age maybe seem a bit older, so. Okay. All right, all right. Back to the skin layer. Okay, 1 more minute, and then the ad break will be done. Okay. The little hands. Okay. Yep, 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Okay. Welcome back. Sorry, technically the ad break is still going on, but for other people probably, but yeah, welcome back. Right now I'm just I just shaded the kid because I kind of forgot, but. So I take it you're a fan of cryptids? I like them well enough. I mean, technically this dude is just based off of a mythical creature, but you know, I think cryptids are all right. But yeah, this dude's just meant to be a harpy, so. Okay, I think I'm just gonna start shading the wings. Yep, flamingo harpy. That is his species. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it a little bit simple with the shading too, so. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I assume you're a fan since you asked. But yeah, I'm not as into cryptids as I used to be. Like, I don't really consider most monster boys to be like cryptids, if that's what you mean. I think it's more like think the stuff would be more like a mythologically based, but yeah, it's just kind of me, I think. I find them to be interesting. I'm asking because of the harpy design. I see. Yeah, this, I don't think this is really considered a cryptid kind of thing, to be honest, but... Oh, jeez. Sorry. Yeah, I forgot to fill that in. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to make a flamingo harpy because I was just in a bird mood. Also, just looked up the differences, so yeah. Yeah, I think cryptids are more like in the realm of urban legends, so kind of like more like Mothman and things like that. Oh my god, sorry. Hold on. Don't know what I'm doing to do. Okay, there we go. Yeah, technically harpies are like, I think originally more of a ancient Greek legend, but the harpy I'm doing right here is actually just kind of a bird man. So doodling my spoonbill at the moment, giving her a very kleptic style, lots of jewelry. I see. A spoonbill, terrifying birds. I think spoonbills... Actually, I don't know if I'm talking about the right bird, actually, but... Shoebills, actually. Yeah, she's a harpy swamp lady. Okay. Yeah, I heard that shoebills are, like, friendly around people. Or, like, at least not too aggressive. I don't know about spoonbills, though. I know when I was playing Final Fantasy 14 in the Shadowbringers expansion, they for some reason there's just like a shoe bill that keeps like popping up randomly. I don't know, it's just kind of weird. A little bit memey, I guess. Oh wait, maybe I'm thinking of a shoe bill. They're basically flamingos, but with spoon-shaped beaks. Yeah. Yep, the shoebill, so many birds. Yeah, so. Yep, different type of bird. But yeah, shoebills are actually pretty chill around people for the most, from what I heard, but... I know there's also the... They can be... As a... Yeah, I don't know what kind of bird I'd normally be terrified of. Probably a cassowary or an ostrich. Oh yeah, the zoo I'm hoping to go to actually has a pretty big safari section, and I remember that they had some ostriches down there, so... Shoebills look like dinosaurs, and the noise they make sounds like a gunshot. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm like kind of zoned out at this moment, so. Yeah, I think my brain's kind of fried today, guys. I'm sorry. I'll try to keep going for... I want to at least hit the 3-hour mark, but... Yeah, I'm probably just going to be really slow at this point. You know, I'll do is like a little blinky right here, at least. But yeah, I was going to say, but it was during the ad break. I'm not sure if I really want his kid to be quite this young, but I'm not entirely sure yet. I don't know, I was thinking about making his kid just a little bit older, like closer to a year old. I don't know, this feels a little more newborn, I think. So. Little baby. That, or at least like maybe 8 months. I'm not an expert on children or anything, so I'll probably have to Google it. Okay. Ostriches are so silly, but they're honestly pretty dangerous, yeah. Yeah, I know. So, kind of related to ostriches, though, you know, I was actually able to spend the night at that one zoo one time as on a field, on sort of like a field trip, not like related to school, but there was another like club I was a part of. So yeah, I got to like stay the night with for like a big group thing, and that was pretty fun. I remember one of the zookeepers talking about like collecting the unfertilized eggs and like making giant omelets out of them. So, you know, fun fact. Ostrich mating dance goes hard though. They flop their necks around. It's so silly. I see, I see. How would a ostrich harpy work? You know, probably kicking people like crazy or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not super knowledgeable about ostriches. Okay. Big omelet. Oh yeah. Yep. Big old omelet. I know about some of the horrors of the great kiwi. They're related to ostriches, so. Okay. Just gonna come up with a basic background color real quick. Oops, back. I'm gonna make the background kind of bluish too. Group. Hello, I would love to see the concept for a kiwi harpy. Maybe I should make a sketch page of unconventional harpies like penguins, ostriches, and kiwis. Yeah. Yep. Certainly, I just thought about like the harpy eagle harpy. I don't know, it just sounds kind of funny, even though it's probably more of a conventional harpy, I think. Trying to think of like some fun. Yeah, just trying to think about like something that could be different. I don't know. Yeah, I think most of the birds that I'm thinking of are just a little more conventional. Maybe like a itty bitty chickadee harpy. Like I played with the idea of like having fairies be a little more like having fairies, but they're like more like birds rather than like bugs. Kiwis lay eggs almost the same size as ostriches, yet they weigh like 5 pounds. That would be the equivalent of a human having a 30 label baby. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Also, I'm just gonna sit at this. I'm gonna leave it at this for the moment, just because I'm a little bit too tired. But yeah, I know about the egg laying. Yeah, I remember trying to dump Kiwi facts in someone else's stream a while back. Yeah, I think I might have gotten a little bit annoyed. Learning so much about birds today. Yeah, birds are cool. I don't think you were here when we were talking about it, but did you know that? Did you know there's a species of flamingo that can stand around in highly acidic water? Like water that's like as acidic as borax. So, and they kind of just like live in there and have their kids in there and all that. Yeah. Actually, yeah. The species is the lesser flamingo, but fun fact, this dude is actually meant to be closer to a greater flamingo, though. I was thinking about what his height could be, and I was thinking maybe like making him like a 6'5" or something. Not sure if I want him to be like absurdly tall, but like too absurdly tall, I mean, but you know, like very, very tall though. I might do a Puto or Nightjar, the birds that have big mouths, I see.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it, but I don't want you to be sad.
You know, I think there's another person who's like who came to my chat a while ago. Like, not obviously not on the stream, but like their name is Nakuz, and I think he's supposed to be like a seagull harpy. I'm not entirely sure though.
Good luck.
But yeah. I love when flamingos do the happy leg dance. I see. Yeah, I remember seeing a video of them like kind of crowding together and like kind of just like dancing around as a group. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Yeah, I think that one was actually new to me. But yeah, most of the flamingo facts that were being dropped was mostly to do with like, oh, they get their color from krill. It's like, yes, I know. Flamingo flash mob, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely like crazy. You know, I didn't so I'm gonna be completely honest, I did not realize that there's actually flamingos in the US. Like wild flamingos, I mean. But yeah, I think there's some in Florida, so I don't know, I just kind of assumed that they... You know, I don't live near the southern US. I live in the northern US, so around like close to Canada. So yeah, I'm not like super knowledgeable about the birds down there. So yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise to me. I actually did go to Florida once when I was like really little, like at 6 years old. So I remember like seeing some alligators down there, but yeah, I'm not like... Oh yeah, they escaped from the zoo. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. It's like, oh, I didn't know we had wild flamingos, so okay. But they're invasive flamingos then. Then they just formed a local population. Okay. Or at least non-native. I guess non-native doesn't necessarily mean invasive, but I don't know, maybe it does. I guess it... I don't know, Florida's like covered in invasive species at this point, so... Yeah. Never know what's down there anymore. Yeah. But yeah, there's also flamingos in the Bahamas, and I believe, so... Yeah, it's not really... Also, of course, in South America, too, but... Yeah, I kind of assume that most of them are just like around like Africa originally. So but yeah, they got a pretty big range. So yeah, you got Burmese pythons, snakeheads, iguanas, all invasive. Yeah, I think there's monkeys down there too now. So yeah, kind of unfortunate. Yeah, and the lionfish too, so... Yeah, I heard about the lionfish as well. Sorry, I'm just gonna flash through some of the art pieces. Did somebody say monkey? Oh, hey, Scott. Sorry, you just popped in at, like, the very end of the stream. But, I'm glad you're able to come back. Yeah, sorry, I'm not streaming for as long today, just because my voice is kind of getting messed up. But I'm just kind of sitting around at the moment, just chatting, so... But yeah, we were talking about invasive species in Florida, so... Yeah, Beforehand, we were talking about flamingos. Damn it. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Wish I could go on for longer, but yeah, I just don't really have the... Yeah, I think not streaming for like a week has kind of screwed me up a bit, so... I did get like some, most of the basic shading down. Not so much on the clothes, but... You know, I made it pretty far, so... You know, here's Flamingo Dad. This is the bird fact stream, oh yeah. Since there should be at least like 10 minutes left, do you have any bird facts to just the most dangerous invasive species of the tourist? I see. But yeah, do you have any bird facts drop onto the stream? That part. Yeah. Yep. Ah, yes, the human. Oh, dang it, sorry. Hold on. I missed a set. Missed a spot. I missed a spot. Boop. No! Hold on. Wrong tool. Boop. Okay. Problem solved. By the way, I think I'm just gonna post up Baby Flamingo. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, it's kinda... Oops, I just wrote Flamingo, not Baby Flamingo. Actually, I'm kind of wondering what a Baby Flamingo is called now. A flaminging? Flumpchick? Or... Okay. Okay. But yeah, they're very cute, so... I'm just gonna copy and paste the image real quick. Boop. Yep. Yeah, so, showing off the Baby Flamingo. Apparently, in the wild, or I guess I say the wild, but, in general, flamingos only, like, feed their babies for, like, maybe a couple of weeks, but, you know, the baby that we're... I think, Michele, the flamingo daddy's probably gonna be stuck for, like, 2 years. There's only a few bird species that seem to use the fact that they fly as a way to kill the prey or otherwise, using dropping their food as a way to process it. One of which is being the lammergeier, or which subsequently unique in only eating the bone. And only eating bone, I see. Don't think I heard of that one. Flaminglets, I see. Each beak doesn't do that hook thing yet. Yeah. Yeah, apparently they change a lot as they grow, so... It takes them probably like a few years to fully look like an adult, but of course the beak probably takes a few months, but yeah. But yeah, bird facts. A puffin chick is called a puffling. I see. Did you know that baby turkeys are called turklings? Okay. And I know that falcons actually will actually like drop down at high speeds to kill things, so especially the peregrine falcon, that they can go over like I don't remember the exact speed, but I think maybe they can go down at like over 100. I know keen vultures eat the bone. Yeah, vultures will eat bones. A baby peacock, a peachick, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, apparently the species is actually called peafowl, not really peacocks, but most people are familiar with male peacocks. Yeah, and the female peafowl is actually peahen, so apparently they're related to chickens, I think, so that's probably... Yeah, and the wild... Actually, though, did you know that the wild, species that chickens came from, they're still alive, I think, so... Like the red-tailed jungle fowl, so... Lammergeiers or bearded vultures. Okay, it's just the bone, I see. Me just looking up all the birds mentioned, yeah. Also, this isn't not a flamingo, but since we were talking about swans a bit earlier, swan carrying baby. Apparently, there's also another species of bird that also carries babies on its back, but I don't remember what it is. But I know it's a flightless bird that looks like an ostrich. So, yep, here we are. Swan boat. Pros have learned how to throw walnuts in road and let them get crushed by cars. Yep. Yeah, I remember hearing about that in the old Animal Planet show called The Most Extreme. Huh, chickens originate from India. Who would have guessed? Going off the red-tailed jungle fowl. I see. Yeah, I know that they were from, like, East Asia. I didn't realize they were from, like, specifically India. Isn't that where the peacocks are from, too? Actually. So, yeah, they might actually be cousins. Mommy boat, yep. Or dad boat. No, swans, they co-parent, so. That's a dad, you can tell by his beak hunt. I see. Yeah. Papa swan. But yeah, there's also another species that carries their babies on the back. It's kind of... I know it's the father that does the most of the... Yeah, it's the father that, like... In the other species that I'm talking about, it's the father that solely raises the babies, so... Yeah, I might have to look that up later, but... Yeah, I kind of like the African jacana. Jacanas don't carry them on their backs, though, so... Jacana... Carrying babies. Yeah. Yeah, this is the picture I was talking about earlier. They got long legs, yeah. Peafowl apparently range from South Asia to Central Africa. I see. That's a lot longer. Yep. Just stare. The eldritch bird. The eldritch bird. This is an African jacana. Before the age of AI, this picture was floating around because people were freaking out about it. But yeah, this is basically the same thing as what I was showing you, but except that it's under the wings. So yeah, all the extra legs, these are all babies. So yeah, baby African jacana actually have like really big legs because they evolved to walk over the lily pads. So I'm gonna show you a picture of the chick real quick so you guys can... So yeah, they got like these comically large feet right here, and they're supposed to walk, as you can see, they're walking over lily pads. So male cassowaries do solo parent. Okay, yeah, it's actually not, maybe it's a cassowary. Maybe the other bird I was thinking about wasn't a cassowary, but yeah, it might actually be a cassowary that I was talking about. Maybe. Yeah, actually might be it. I don't know, I think maybe the other bird, I was thinking about another bird earlier, but yeah. A part of the dino bird, nightmare birds. Spread of surface areas. Yeah, freaky feats. How is there not an eldritch horror based off this bird? I think maybe some people might have made something like that, but... Yeah, it looks kind of cursed when you don't realize it's babies. But yeah, I know there's a video on YouTube that kind of shows the dad picking up the babies, so. Cassowaries are the big blue-headed ones with the cute head crest. Yeah, I just looked up a picture of a cassowary, but... Yeah, I was thinking of another dino bird, so... I feel like a cassowary would be a name for it, but I don't know. I feel like the one that I was thinking of, it's maybe a little more cursed looking, maybe. Yeah, terrifying because they can rip a hole in a car door. Oh, wow. Yeah, strong birds, too. But yeah, so, cassowary holding babies. Let's see if this is the right one. Yeah, I might be the right one. Maybe. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, it might be a different species. I'm not sure, but... I mean, it's the correct shape of a bird, but... Yeah, I heard that they can, like... That there's another... As I was saying before, there's another species of bird that's, that the father raises the babies and he carries them on the backs. Or he carries the babies on the back, so... But yeah, so... I think that might be I think that might be it for the stream, though, so... Sorry, I was kind of dragging it out, but... Yeah, thank you everyone for coming today. Sorry I got tired so quickly, but... Yes, here's what we got so far for the Flamingo Dad, so... Hopefully maybe I can get him done pretty soon, but... Yeah, after this, I'll probably start working on probably a bigger piece. Actually, I was considering a piece that takes place in a swamp with fireflies, but yeah, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and... Yay, bird dad, yeah. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and find someone to raid, so... I'm probably gonna... Uh-oh. It's doing a video game, though, so... I think I'm just gonna go ahead and raid, Paulette Croquette, because I have not raided them in a long time, but... Yeah, she's doing art, I believe, so... Let's try to... I'm just gonna spell her name. Okay, great. At least you've been going for 3 hours. That's at least the next meal time, yeah. But yeah, so thank you everyone for showing up to my stream today, and I hope the rest of your day goes well. Just a reminder that I also stream at 6 p.m. EST on Wednesday nights, and also I'll be streaming at the same time on Friday, so... But yeah, thanks for showing up, and I hope you enjoyed Flamingo Dad. And I hope the rest of your days goes well, but... Alright. Have a great day. Hey, same to you, Red. Alright, see you all, and bye.
Savage.
Okay, shut up. Sorry.
Ghost! Hello. Oh, it's a raid! Hello! Welcome in, Ghost and Raiders. Hello, just Jay's art. No, J Arts. Ghost Wade. Ghost, how you doing? Do you have any art text for us? Boo. Been a bit indeed. Ghost, you get to be a little sandcastle now. Yay! What? Let me save this. Now I got to make a little sandcastle, of course.
Let me
A
take
flamingo dad, may we see?
screenshot. Okay. Should probably turn the mic and stuff off pretty soon.
We get a reference.
Okay, hold on.
I have a master reference folder.
My computer always
Where
like
is it?
freaks out me.
Oh my god, where is it?
Okay.
Where's Ghost?
Okay.
Here.
Okay, I'll take a second one.
Let's see. Oh, this is so cute. I love him. This is beautiful. This is stunning. I love it. Also, Raiders, hello, I'm Paulette. I do arts. I meow. And yeah, I sometimes play games and I mostly dick around all day.